Well, here we are folks. For my 400th review, I wanted to cover a childhood classic from the era of early 3D and the dark ages of Nintendo, which took almost 10 years to get out of with the Nintendo DS and Wii. But enough about that. We're not Scott the Wise. We're here to actually enjoy something, and not bitch for 30 minutes straight. So yeah, Star Fox 64, a game I loved as a kid, yet never did get to experience most of it, as I was never good at the game. Instead, I only ever took the straight route with easy levels. But as a nearing 31-year-old man, I wanted to get to the other planets for once, and make a review to see if Star Fox 64 has aged well for being nearly 30 years old itself. So, let's get into all range mode and boost into the review.
All range mode.
The concept of Star Fox is it's a rail shooter in a science fiction setting with anthro characters usually fighting robots. The game is an arcade style shoot 'em up with linear levels, but can deviate depending on your actions in each level, giving you different paths to take throughout your playthrough, adding replay value. It's also a reboot of the original Star Fox on Super Nintendo.
Old.
Developed and published by Nintendo in the year 1997, Star Fox 64 went on to be praised, sell well, and become one of the so-called best video games of all time.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yet, I'm not so sure about that. I mean, how can a nearly 30-year-old game be considered great? Especially nowadays when our standards are higher and games have evolved mechanically on top of graphically. Well, let's find out. Starting with the plot.
Boss, take it easy.
Andross was once a renowned inventor who spiraled into madness, having caused death and destruction on planet Corneria. As such, General Pepper had Andross abolished to Venom. Yet 5 years later, things started to get strange with reports of biotechnology coming from Venom. So General Pepper called for Team Star Fox to look into it. James McCloud, the father of Fox, alongside Peppy and Pigma, went to investigate the rumors of Andross returning, which Pigma betrayed them, causing Peppy and James to be captured by Andross. Yet Peppy did barely escape, allowing him to inform Fox, leading Fox to inform his own crew with Peppy, Slippy, and Falco, using the Great Fox to set off on his quest to stop Andross and avenge his father. Andross wants revenge, to rule the Lilac system, completely losing any sanity he had left for revenge against the people of Corneria. Fox must now stop this galactic conflict. Along the way, Fox will encounter friends and foes, such as Bill and Cat, or your nemesis, Wolf, and his own team called Star Wolf. With 15 locations and 25 paths to take depending on various factors, how will you get to Andross and stop the war he started?
I'll do my best. Andross won't have his way with me.
Control-wise, this game hasn't aged well at all. But then again, what Nintendo 64 game has with this controller? After all, you didn't have to grow up with this console like I did to know. It wasn't really ever that good.
You are retarded.
The stick being used to navigate menus and flying around, A to fire, B for bombs, R to tilt to the right, Z to tilt to the left, the C buttons. Oh god, the C buttons. Just proof a second stick is better. This is the PSP equivalent of a home console controller.
Not so good, huh? Not so good.
Up C button to change camera view, left C button for boost, right C button for incoming messages, and down C button for break. Then you got combos like double tapping Z or R for the iconic and infamous internet meme.
Do a barrel roll.
Down On the stick and left C button, we'll do a somersault. And finally, down and on the stick and down on the C button, we'll do a U-turn during all range mode. It's not that bad, but still the layout of the controller makes you wonder, just who was smoking the meth at Nintendo during this console's development? So onto the gameplay and how it all plays, how it feels, and if it's still fun to play through to this very day.
It's about fucking time!
The gameplay is entirely on rails. The only time you really have any freedom is during the all-range mode sections like boss fights in Sector Z. Yet that restrictive nature doesn't hinder Star Fox 64. It feels good to fly around, dodging objects, enemies' lasers, and grabbing items. The game may be linear to a degree. Sometimes it feels unfair at times, especially when you miss a single target that would open a different level, such as when I was on Zonus and missed a single spotlight.
Uh-oh. Have we been spotted? No shit, Sherlock!
Now, I cannot go to Sector Z and have to go to Macbeth instead. Thankfully, you can lose a life and retry during the stage if you fail. Trust me, Sector Z is a lot more fun than Macbeth.
Beautiful! I could kiss you for that.
In order to stand a chance at fighting enemies, especially those who move fast or in groups, you'll need to charge up your attack by holding A and locking onto something to blow up. Especially very useful when trying to save your allies.
They're on me! I'm getting careless! Thanks, Fox.
While it's linear and on rails, you gotta be able to
Do a barrel roll!
as you'll need to dodge lava blasts, missiles, lasers, rocks, buildings, and more as you progress towards Venom. The controls may suck, but the gameplay movement feels so good still to this day.
Try a somersault!
Here comes a big one.
Every single mission has you saving someone at some point, and at times it can be annoying as you're focused on other things to care for if Falco gets his ass blasted or not.
I'll take this one. Get the one behind me. Something's wrong with the G diffuser. Use the boot to take. I guess I should be thankful.
Peppy, Slippy, and Falco will need you to aid them in your adventure towards Andross's base on Venom. You can even have a different mission if Slippy is defeated by a boss, causing you to go to Titania to save them instead.
Me! Thanks, Fox! I thought they had me.
Wow, that girl's hot.
That's a guy.
That other guy's...
Boss fights are something else, and usually are some of the most fun parts of Star Fox 64, giving you freedom of movement within a small radius to fight in. If you go too far, you'll do a U-turn back to the fight, seeking weak points in every boss to damage and destroy them, whether it's obvious, like a yellow arrow on the Meteo boss, or something more obscure on the Aqueous boss, till Peppy tells you what to do and won't shut up about it.
Destroy the two exhaust pipes! Destroy the two exhaust pipes! Destroy the two exhaust pipes! Destroy the 2 exhaust packs! Destroy the 2 exhaust packs!
It does suck there's only basically only a couple songs for the bosses and other tense moments, like when fighting Team Starwolf. Only the levels themselves really seem to have their own themes, but that's not a huge deal or anything, just would have been neat to see more variety. Probably wasn't a thing because of Nintendo 64 cartridges, which couldn't basically hold anything. I think it was like literally 64 megabytes or something like that. Yikes.
Especially small.
So smooth. So smooth.
As you play, you can do certain things to unlock alternative paths and endings. For example, if you switch on all the switches during the Macbeth mission, the train boss will get sent into a building to crash and explode, instead of having to fight him and his annoying flying robot. To which, trust me, you'll want to hit all 8 switches instead than deal with that stupid flying robot.
No! Hit the blade! I can't stop it!
Or, if you fly through all of the rock formations on Corneria, you can have Falco show you a different path in boss fight.
Follow me, Fox! Falco, where you going? I found the target! Try to keep up!
If you can destroy all spotlights on Zonus, you'll go to Sector Z for an ambush fight. By giving players these options and secrets to find, this gives Star Fox 64 replay value, a reason to come back and try to get to every different planet possible. Of course, different paths have different difficulties, so if you want the true ending, you gotta take the hard route, to which I did. But first, I want to talk about the best and worst levels in the game.
Can't I just have a break? Can't I just have one break?
If I had to decide which levels are the best and the worst, it's not hard to figure that one out. I'll start out with the best levels, such as Corneria, as a perfect first level, with the right balance of challenge and ease, learning most of the game's mechanics and even have an alternative route you can take right then and there at the beginning. It's got variety, and just is a nice level, seeing a city invaded by Andross's army.
An enemy on your tail! Use the brake!
Meteo is another banger, especially if you love the Asteroids game itself, as the rocks break apart into smaller ones, just like the arcade classic. But not all of the space rocks are breakable. Those ones you have to dodge.
Whoa! Can you make it?
Use the brake! Use the boost to get through!
Sector Y is another fun level. If you're a fan of Gundam, Star Wars, or any sci-fi IP, then you'll enjoy this one, as you have to fly through Andross's fleet fighting monkey Gundams.
Somebody's gonna pay for all this.
Don't let any of them through!
The bosses are even Gundams themselves, though the final boss himself is a bit annoying, as all he mostly does is fly around dodging, something Gohan was never capable of.
Snacky little freak!
Katina is another fun level as you work with fellow R-Wing squadrons in green. Here we get to meet Bill, a childhood friend of Fox.
Bill! Is that you? I can't believe it! We can catch up later, Fox.
This level feels like Independence Day, as you have to deal with a mothership that keeps spawning in more fighters, going underneath to hit its weak points.
Scratch one boat. There's one down. Yeehaw! You did it!
Zonus is a nice level too, as you explore a water planet, getting to meet Cat.
Take the right leg, boy. I have the left.
Cat, what are you doing here?
Is that any way to greet a girl?
It's fun flying around platforms, blowing up cargo ships, but man, the boss is a pain, as the bombs don't always hit the exhaust pipes when you shoot it, as his armor is too strong for your laser blasts, and Peppy doesn't shut the fuck up. Sector Z is a very short level akin to Fortuna, as you just fly around in a small area blasting oncoming fighters.
Whew! That was too close!
But then the enemy starts launching missiles to destroy the Great Fox, and things become more tense. I like this change of pace. Cat even makes a return to help you out.
Missile approaching. Distance 20.
Are you gonna hug all the fun?
Cat, can't you go bother someone else?
Let me help you out. Oh no!
Of course, you gotta mention Solar. If you're talking Star Fox 64, the lava planet where your health is always degrading, the rate of which depends on how close you are to the lava and fireballs that get launched.
Jesus, buddy, go away! Good riddance. I almost got burned.
It's a tense level of endurance, as you need to destroy the firebirds and rocks to get rings to heal, but the boss himself is a highlight.
This is the enemy's bioweapon? Andross is an insane fool.
I feel like I'm playing a Super Mario 64 level here. The boss will shoot rocks at you and create lava waves.
Aim for the arm!
Blasting him is so satisfying, as you destroy both arms and then blast off his head as he explodes.
Yippee! You did it!
While I don't consider Macbeth a bad level or good level, more of a middle ground between both, it's all because of the Landmaster itself. I hate using the tank. It sucks. Just a pain to dodge things and shoot the train. It was a miracle I even made it through the level at all. I even got the alternative ending by hitting all the switches for the very first time.
Good for you. Good for you.
But what about the worst levels? Surely Star Fox isn't perfect. Well, of course there's bad levels. Or just annoying ones.
It is I, a picky bitch.
Aqueous, or Aquis, or whatever you pronounce it as, is easily one of the worst levels because of how slow it is. You're in the Blue Marine, which was only ever used in this game and its Nintendo 3DS remake for a reason. It sucks.
I'm gonna check out the bioweapon.
The slow, sluggish nature of this underwater level, the darkness making it hard to see what's around you as you have to spam torpedoes to light up the area for a few seconds non-stop. But hey, at least the frame rate is pretty smooth, which makes it look worse for some reason. The level is just boring, and you're all alone. There's a ton of cheap shots like rocks falling at random from above.
This thing will never hold together.
But the worst part by far is the boss. By the time I get to him, I'm always near death. His hitbox is a pain in turn.
Enemy field analyzed.
I just can't with this level. Oh, but that's not even close to the worst. Oh, no. We gotta talk Area 6.
It's almost over. We're in your debt. Come back in one piece, Fox.
Will do, General.
This location is easily the most difficult part of the game, next to the true final boss fight afterwards, but here, this is just way worse, and it's all because of the boss, which is so OP and difficult to hit, that I feel like I'm playing a From Software game, and not a Nintendo one.
It can't get worse, right?
It was so bad that I had to restart the level several times just to get to the boss and get killed again and again and again and again and again and again and again.
Never give up. Trust your instincts. Watch out, Fox!
The problem is the way the camera and level moves around, always throwing you off, never allowing you to get a clear shot at those 3 energy balls you gotta destroy, just so you can hit the center core for a few seconds, and it takes several runs to destroy him. Honestly, if I counted the edited out portions of this level's recording, it'd probably be roughly 40 minutes.
Jesus Christ!
Oh yeah, and his seizure laser blast. Oh, you can't forget his seizure-inducing laser blast. I had to enable cheat codes to give myself a fighting chance. That's how bad this boss is. It's just so unbalanced with too much health. Fuck this level. As for the true ending, you gotta complete the hard route. Yeah, I don't like it when games do this, especially beat 'em ups such as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games by Konami. But here, I'll make an exception, just because the gameplay doesn't get as tiresome as a beat 'em up would. If you go for Sector Y, Katina, Solar, Macbeth, Area 6, and finally, you'll enter Venom, but now it's Venom 2.
Just take all my money! Oh, not this soon! Not this soon! Ah!
Here, you'll fight Team Starwolf for the last time in their upgraded ships. It's a very annoying battle, but it's not so bad as long as you have your teammates, but I did not. They all got blasted last time. So, this battle took forever. But eventually I eventually did beat them and went into Andross's base for the finale. This time, I have to navigate tunnels and find him awaiting for me.
I've been waiting for you, Star Fox.
Bad touch! Stranger danger!
The normal boss fight occurs, yet afterwards, he's not going to turn into the robot head that would scare a child like it did to me back in the day. Oh no, now he's a giant brain.
Only I have the brains to rule my life.
So, Andross, you show your true form.
While there is no Pinky, this is easily a pain in the arse, as he teleports around to avoid your attacks and tries to chase you from behind. If he grabs you, he'll begin crushing your R-Wing while giving the player a seizure. But after a long battle of destroying his eyes and aiming for the weak point on his brain, he blows up.
Why, you son of a bitch.
If I go down, I'm taking you with me.
Shit the fuck!
But that's not it. We still gotta escape with Fox's father.
Don't ever give up, my son.
Father?
Supposedly still alive, yet after escaping there's no sign of him, making it obvious that he's been dead the whole time and Fox just imagined things, giving us the true ending as Andross doesn't appear after the end or when the credits are over. It's truly over. Till about a few years later when they released the infamous Star Fox Adventures game. Yeah, I'm not touching that one.
I'm not gonna pick that disgusting shit up again. Put my hands on that.
But of course, it's not over. If you didn't get the true ending through hard mode, you'll just have to start over again, try different paths and actions, get good, and try again, never letting up until you master the barrel roll and save Slippy, finding yourself taking different routes in the levels, or just using cheat codes. Visiting different worlds with their own hazards, even using different vehicles accordingly. The R-Wing, Blue Marine, and Landmaster each with their own advantages and disadvantages. It's just fun replaying and finding new things. It's also just fun to replay, which showcases a good designed game. Everything you'd want from a game. Something worth going back to, something to treasure.
Gay, totally gay.
The music, oh man, the music, it's just so good.
Change the channel, hurry!
Where's the remote?
I love all the different themes for each level. They really fit their respective planets. Every track is good, whether it's the main menu as you set up the game, or just blasting asteroids and meteor. Every song stands out in its own way, setting up the emotional roller coaster you're set on. Fighting Wolf and his gang, Andross, Monkey Gundams, or evading lava blasts. It's just all so good. Well, I can't believe we've already made it to 400 reviews. It hasn't even been 2 whole years since I started making them on July 7th, 2023. I started doing them because I felt like it was the kind of content I could make. It's what I wanted to make. It's what I wanted to do with my life. Play and talk about video games.
Ew, somebody's a sore loser.
When I turned 29 and 23, I finally decided I needed to do something with my life. I wasted my 20s sitting in my room doing nothing with my life, as my parents allowed me to stay with them. I tried for years to find a job, but the opportunity was never there. I had one job at one point a few years ago, ended up having a mental breakdown and quit it on the spot only a couple hours in. I just couldn't handle it. I don't like being out there with other people. I like being at home. It just wasn't for me.
No, it was crazy.
And while I could probably get diagnosed for mental problems and try to get on disability, I wanted to actually have a purpose in life. That's why I started taking YouTube seriously over a year ago. I wanted to wake up and have a reason to get out of bed. And that's why I'm still trying hard to make it. I don't care how long it takes. This is perfect for me.
A boy can dream.
This is something I'm capable of. All my life, all I ever knew was video games. So this was a perfect opportunity. If it ever works out, one day, maybe I'll find out. Till then, I'm glad I could get this far in such a small amount of time. Who knows where things will be in another year? Who knows if we'll ever make it to 1,000 reviews at any point?
Dreaming, dreaming.
Who knows if I'll even be alive by next year? You just never know what the future holds. All you can do is hope for the best and try to get by. But enough is enough. Let's wrap up this review already.
Let's go already!
At the end of the day, Star Fox 64 has aged in many ways, namely because of the Nintendo 64 controller, but besides that, it's mechanically fun, it's got the fast-paced gameplay, the replay value, the engaging levels, the variety of missions. You have a reason to keep coming back, trying to get different routes by defeating certain enemies or going through different pathways.
Guys, stop! You're giving me too many options. I'm only one man here.
Star Fox 64 isn't perfect, but it's damn fun, except the hard route levels. Oh dear God, be careful if you end up getting the worst level, Area 6.
You ain't lying.
I'm glad I went back to play the game again and see new levels I never got to see before when I was younger. To see the real ending of the game by completing the hard route, even though I had to use cheats.
What a noob.
It was tough and rough, but still, I got to see things I never experienced as a kid, showcasing the actual amount of content and depth there is. Even though it doesn't really feel like it, Star Fox 64 is well worth playing. It's an average, near great game that's fun and has some rough edges, but is otherwise just a good time.
You're goddamn right.
And that's what's important for a video game. To be fun, to be something memorable, something to cherish, something to escape reality into, something we can look back on fondly and tell future generations of what we once had back when we were younger. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.
Take care, Fox. You too, Bill.